Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop, Brown Bag Mornings, baby.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to have our brother HitBoy in here too. But HitBoy, this time you brought Pops.
Come on, man.
We got
For
Big
sure.
Hit in here too. We got C1 and C2 in here.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy because right before he got locked back up in 2014, we had just came up here and we was promoting a single called "Grinding My Whole Life." So that's just full circle, man.
Yeah.
Coming back around, and you know, I gotta tell you, I've been watching the Football and Flow feature that you did with the NFL and the LA Rams, and it's so awesome to see all three of you on the field, yourself, HitBoy, Pops, and your son, C3.
Yeah, three generations.
To
man.
be
That's
able
amazing.
to be like, not just go to a football game, like to be able to watch a football game with three generations is one thing. You guys got to be on the field, talk to the players. Tell us about that experience. I know, Hit, you've done so many amazing things, but this has to be special.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I mean, first of all, Pops touching back down.
Come on.
Just even, you know, the bond between him and my son is just crazy to watch because he was gone since my son been born. So as soon as he touched down, it just like they just clicked immediately, and it just showed me how powerful genetics are. And
That
it's
part.
just like where, you know, it's just like crazy how that bond is just like, it's just real.
Yeah.
Big Hit, when you see Lil Chauncey, when you see him, do you see HitBoy as a kid? Like, do you see things that remind you, like, oh, this is just like you when you were little?
I see myself.
Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? This
Yeah.
shit is crazy. Yeah, I see me all over again. It's spooky.
To be able to come out, you know, and you did sit down for a while, and like HitBoy said, it was a moment to see you guys kind of connect. Who's to say there'd be that connection? But it almost is like it's natural for you. Like, that's your grandson. This is your son. Tell me about that reconnecting for you, because I think just going in and sitting down and then coming out is gonna be a bit of a culture shock. Like, all right, let's get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, we always stay tapped in, so we never lost that link.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they stripped us, you know what I'm saying, of our communication.
Right.
You know, we did everything to keep that communication, that bond. You know what I'm saying? When we did communicate, it was like just powerful. So we made the most of it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, yeah, I love, so like HitBoy came up earlier this year, you know, to the station, and so much has changed since then, I feel like, because that's a Big Hit came home after, and
I mean, y'all had another partner in here with last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out to- but just to see like with the help of Hit, like Big Hit has become one of the biggest buzzing rappers in LA. Like,
That's crazy.
it's just it's crazy, but it's undeniable.
Right.
You know what I'm
Word,
saying?
that's
Like,
what's up,
there's a
man.
bunch of, you know, music. It's like there's nothing that you can't say that he hasn't done this year. You know, and it's like just amazing to watch the bond. This is like, I feel like almost like, you know, like the end of the movie when everything kind of like works out. This is what it kind of seems like, you know what I'm
for sure.
saying?
This is really like the first time, you know, for me as an adult, just being mature enough to assess things. Like, we got a different type of bond this time. Like, before, when he was out, I was still learning myself. I was growing as a person.
Yeah.
As a man, I'm still doing that. But now I'm just like a little more acclimated with life.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you know, just the things that we doing together is all intentional. Like, the music we making, it got people like Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, Mozzie, Dom Kennedy.
Yeah.
So many people reaching out, doing songs with Pops just off the strength, off the love, man, and that's powerful.
I love all the full circle moments I'm witnessing online, right? Like, even I know that you went and you spoke about, like, you were in a mansion, you know, like broke a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then now you're designing your dream house and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
with your Pops in the picture, with your son. Like, I'm just seeing all that. Like, talk to me about that a little
Full
bit.
circle, man. Yeah, it's just like, don't ever give up on yourself. You know what I mean? It's gonna be parts where it's frustrating. You know, I've been seeing a lot of content online just about where the game is at. Just seeing Snoop talking about Spotify and talking about at points in his career where his accountants was telling him he should file for bankruptcy and shit like that. So it's like, nobody's exempt from having to go through certain situations, but it makes you more powerful in the end if you take it right and you really bring, you know, just hone in on that information.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too is the mesh of being out here in Los Angeles. You know, I speaking of things that are being said online, I saw O3 Greedo mention about how he thinks Cali rappers are cursed. He thinks that there's something that went down that made it so like it's harder for people that are representing here. I know we're all not like oblivious to the fact of what happened in the 90s, you know, what happened with Pac, right. Snoop, and Aftermath and Death Row and everything, right? Do you think that it's a curse, or do you think that it's just it might be a little tougher? And you know, Big Hit, you too, you coming from both the streets and being in the rap game, there has to be another level of game that you just got to see for what it is. And it's like, look, this might be a little bit harder because it is Cali, but is it really a curse like that, do you guys think?
I mean, I don't think it's a curse. I mean, Greedo, that's my dog. He actually came to my studio maybe 3 days ago and we was just chopping it. He mentioned something similar to me, but I just think that everything comes in waves, and it's just like, you know, everybody got their time. The East, the South. The South been going crazy for the last 10, 11, 12 years. So I just feel like, you know, we just all got to keep pushing ourselves. And it's kind of easier to get complacent out here when you get money moving around. It's like we around the Hollywood energy without even trying. You could be in the hood, but you still seeing you going to Melrose events, you going over here to Desto Dub spot on, you know what I mean? It's like you still feeling that energy. So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like maybe we just not looking at just what's really going on. Like it's like the people that's pushing their movement and being authentic to who they are, they got their shit moving.
I think with you too, Big Hit, like, you could say anything is wrong and there's so many obstacles against you. You're not supposed to make it, and to the point that you've made it, and for your son to make it in the same realm, I'm sure you see it like, no, we got to be able to make something out of, even if it's nothing, make something out of nothing.
Nah, this shit is a roadmap at this point. Like, basically, I don't feel like it's a curse, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it ain't even about no East Coast and West Coast, you know what I'm saying? It's just about recreating yourself and your music. Niggas probably just got into their zone and they stuck in their ways, and they, you know, they got shaped and molded by them, you know, the last generation, whatever was booming at the time, you know what I'm saying? They trying to catch their wave, and people scared to get out that box and just, you know, I don't give a fuck. I just do me. Like it or love it, like, you know, or not, it don't matter. You know, I like it, he like it, and we pushing full speed ahead. We just gonna recreate it. Do us.
I think that might be the tough part, creating, because a lot of people can see something hot and follow that, and once they have that formula, and you know, you being a producer and being behind some of the sounds that we've known recently, you creating is almost like you're a cook. Like, all right, I'm gonna make something happen, but a lot of people are waiting for you to make something so that then they can make something off of your recipe, off of what you did.
I've been in that place too as a creative, coming up trying to copy Timbaland beats, Kanye West beats. Like, that's like the formula for just inspiration, I guess, you know. So it is what it is. But, you know, for me personally, as a creative, I got to keep myself interested. I got to impress myself. So if I make something that I feel like I did already, I'm just not going to even play it for nobody. I'm not going to probably finish the beat. I'm trying to push and just make something that even hits my ear in a different way. Even though I made thousands of beats, that's kind of hard to do, but you just got to push every time.
Keep going.
Big Hit, tell me about this new project. Is it like a debut? Is it like a proper, you know, like, because I know you guys collabed on Surf or Drown, but like this seems like this is a big hit album.
It's a big hit song. The truth is in my eyes, man. That's the merch right there. He drawing all the merch for his own shit, you know what I mean?
Come on.
That's a dope
It's
concept.
the first one that's gonna boom, but you know, it was a struggle just getting this one together. We fighting, just
like,
you know,
creatively.
Just which songs to put on there.
Got
so much.
I mean, he been on 7 months. He got over 300 songs since he touched down. Like, he came out with trash bags full of raps. So we was just putting the raps to the beats, and then he started writing new stuff. So most of the album was written while he was in prison.
Tell me about the creative process with you guys in the studio, because like I know that you have like songs, like producers, like beats that are just ready for, like, oh, this is for name the biggest artist in the game that you have set aside. And then has Big Hit ever heard it and be like, son, give me that beat, like I'm your father?
I mean, nah, it ain't no shit like that. It's more so just like he'll walk in, I'm making something, he start, man, like, he don't play. Like, if anytime somebody's came through and was like, put a feature on this, before they even finished playing the song all the way through, he got his phone out writing a verse to it or writing a hook. Like, that's just where he at level wise. So it's like, you know, we just create. Like, if he want to use a beat, I just give it to him.
He gets first dibs.
Struggle,
Are we hitting the studio? It seems like you guys don't leave the studio. Do we ever say, like, look, this is some time we're not gonna go in, maybe not holidays, or you guys are just there 24/7?
Yeah, I mean, if it end up like, you know, we feel like going to the studio
You
on a
go?
holiday, we going.
That's
yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
HitBoy. It seems like you don't leave with how many projects you continue to drop. Not only the projects you guys are working together, but you know, the Nas stuff, you dropping that song with Jay Stone and being able to give us a little bit more of Nipsey. I tell the guys all the time, those are few and very rare that we're going to get verses from Nip, because to the family, if Nip didn't give you that verse himself, that's not coming out. Sam is not gonna release music just to release, you know.
Respect to Black Sam, you know, rest in peace to Nip, and man, all money in, that's the fan for sure, man. Was it a moment for you and Jay Stone to be able to go back in and touch that type of a song for his new album, Definition of Success? Yeah, 1,000,000%, because we did it in the same room where me and Nip did Racks in the Middle. So I've been living in that energy. I've been in that room since then and before then. So I got a whole basically mural of Nip up in my studio, so I have no choice but to think about Nip. You know what I mean? And just for something else, a new piece of work, that his voice is featured on, like you can't pay for that. You know what I mean? That's just like a blessing.
Yeah. Talk to me about the Grammy nomination.
Man, this is my second time being nominated for Producer of the Year, and then me and Nas, man, this is like we did 6 albums, 2 series, and of all 3 of the King's Disease joints have been nominated for Grammys. The first one won, so that's just that's already a W to me. Yeah, just like the fact that like I wasn't really focused on, or I didn't even, not to say have access, but just like I wasn't working with the Taylor Swifts and the Weekends and all the people that's gonna stream regardless of who producing them. I'm working with my pops. I'm working with Nas. None of the music. I did an album for Music Soul Child. And none of the albums I worked on had these big $1 million budgets to promote them and market them. So for them to just like have me in the run-ins just off pure music, I feel like that's the W already.
After just the respect level of like they saw you grinding all year,
for sure,
and nobody can say that they had a bigger year than you producer wise.
I have a question about this Nas album. Okay, these Nas projects, are they West Coast albums? Because you're so heavy on the executive production on it. Like you're not just like, here's some beats. You have say, like Dom's on projects that I'm like, wait, I believe Dom was on a Big Sean album that you put him on, and I'm like, that's some HitBoy. Like he's like, let me put my spice on it, let me get my homies on it. Like you make it sound West Coast, bro.
I mean, I bring my energy. I'm naturally West Coast. I'm naturally of this energy, but man, you gotta think about it. Ice Cube went to the East Coast and got his shit produced back in the 90s. A lot of people don't know that. Like his sound from like early 90s after he left NWA was like straight East Coast producers. So it's like, I feel like when that mesh happens and it's the right way, it's just something
sounds good.
It's not supposed to work on paper, but it just makes sense when you hear it.
Yeah. Do you ever hear when people are like, we had Offset in here the other day and he was like, oh, like Metro told me to do this West Coast beat.
Flair drip.
Ric Flair drip. And he's like, I wasn't sure about it, Like I feel like sometimes like the West Coast beat gets shaded, what I'm saying?
For sure.
And, like,
I felt that energy, but I just feel like overall, some of artists' biggest songs are songs that they don't even like. You know what I mean? Songs that be like, oh, that's cool. But even with me, my biggest song ever that just like haunts me, like no matter how, I got songs that have outsold this song, but it's still to this day, niggas see me and bring up that song. Like, so it's like, I get it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man.
I wonder which song it was.
Niggas in Paris.
But was that something that you're like, I just threw this one away? Is that what you?
I mean, like,
or was it meant to be what
or
it
you just
became
didn't?
for you?
Do you think you've made better beats than that? But that's like the biggest.
For sure, exactly, and that's like the I don't want to say mind fuck, but it's like it's just a mental thing where it's like, damn, you're not always right with when you leading with emotion, because I wasn't really leading with emotion on that beat. I was just having fun, and that's what people really want to hear, is somebody that's having fun while making music.
Is that technically a West Coast beat since you're a West Coast producer?
I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as music, man.
We like to start trouble.
We like to just take
Isn't
credit.
everything from the West Coast? Can we just claim
that's
it
gonna
all?
be in the headline.
We got Nas.
HitBoy says niggas in Paris is a West Coast.
Nas got all over West Coast beats. Jay-Z, Kanye,
All right, 2024 is upon us. Like, I'm sure that you guys have so much more planned. I'm sure the Grammys are something special planned. But talk to me about what you see for 2024. Talk to me about what that is for you guys personally. I know that you guys do a lot as father and son, especially because there's time that has to be, like, you guys gotta be there again for each other because there was time lost, right? So is there any plans that you guys have, projects more in the works? Talk to me about that. 2024
projects. He got about 12 projects.
You're not stopping, huh?
So basically, like, since he touched down, like a lot of West Coast artists, like Killer Twine, like RJ, gang of artists, they basically came through and just did whole albums with Big Hit. Wow. You know, so like literally not all them together, but solo. Big Hit Killer Twine, Big Hit Jay Worthy, Big Hit RJ, just like really cultivating the energy. So I just feel like that, and then just like taking ownership of what we doing. Like with his album, we just doing like a proud to pay situation. It's not going to DSPs and all that. It's gonna be a real curated experience for fans that really rock with Big Hit, and we just gonna build it ground up. You know what I mean?
That movement's gonna speak for itself too, because people are gonna find out like, why are they so on it like that, and then that's what's gonna bring the awareness. You know, Big Hit. Clearly, it's clear that HitBoy has made a name as a producer, and he also is a rapper. Do you think that you gave him that? Do you think that that comes from Pops? Did that like you? I want to do this and this.
Contributed.
Yeah. Did you rap around him?
It's DNA. You know what I'm saying? It's in his blood. It's come natural. You know what I'm saying? Some things you don't have to teach people, man. It's like, it's like sports, athletic. Certain skills is just
they just know how to do it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Hit? Do you think is like, because there's always that yearning for you to do both, you know? You're not complacent with one or the other.
Right. I mean, I'm just looking at it from a work ethic perspective. Like, he be having production ideas too. He send me samples all day. He got ideas about, you know, flipping beats. He'll rap just over a straight sample, but it's like just the work ethic, man. Like I said, he got over 300 songs in 7 months, and I'm like, I'm trying to catch up to him. I'm usually looking at myself as the workhorse or the hardest worker, but it's like he cranking them joints out, and I'm like, okay, that's where I get it from. That's why I'm always in the studio, because, you know, that's in my DNA.
Yeah. Are you seeing any type of those traits in C3? Are you seeing anything? I know he's young, but it's like...
He more like, he wild like Big Hit, man.
Yeah, that's why you're like, I see myself.
Introvert. I'm the like laid back dude, and they a little more rah-rah. But, you know what I mean? They still cool, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, for
You're going to have a time where Pops wants you in the studio and C3 wants you in the studio, and you're like, all right, hold on, guys.
Right. C3 was
going to be the super collab album. Talk to me about the LA Rams. You know, I was always thinking about, it must be tough for you because you guys are artists and you actually have relationships with players. Like, low-key, I kind of know Westbrook by Jorge, by my husband, and Nipsey and them. Like, I kind of know Kawhi because of that same, like, the All Money In connection, right? And I low-key feel bad talking ish when the Clippers lose because you root for them, right? Yeah. But as a fan of a team, you have to have fans of yours that are on other teams. Is it a little bit weird when like rooting for a team or rooting for someone to lose, and it's like that fool can really DM me and say something, or he has my line.
I'm just thinking about when we went to the game, and it's like we walking past the Eagles fans and they was going crazy on us, you know what I mean? Like, for sure.
Because it's like you just gotta stand on it though. Like this is the when it comes to sports teams, the ones you choose to rock with, that's it.
Yeah, people gonna talk regardless.
Yeah. Do you know any, like, you have any relationships with any like players, and do you ever like bet against them, like on Prize Picks or anything like that?
Man, I don't bet on sports.
You don't bet on sports?
I bet on myself.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Sure.
I don't bet on sports.
What about you, Big Hit?
I'm the bookie. I've been doing that shit for years. You know?
I'll take the bets.
Yeah, I'm neutral. I go with the point spreads.
I love it. Look, HitBoy Big Hit, thank you so much for coming through. It feels good to be able to have you guys, you know, people just spending time with their family. That's what we're about here. And to be able to celebrate you guys working on something together. Me and my mom can't stay in a room without fighting. The fact that you guys can make a whole album,
I know.
Let's go. And I'm sure there's fights and that stuff too, but
nah, for sure.
It all works out in the end.
The truth is in my eyes. BigHitNupid.com. That's where you could get it.
Let's go. Thank you so much for coming by, you guys. It's Power 106, LA's #1 for hip hop.